Well, it is Fashion Friday here on Fox 28, and you remember last week Danny Reynolds reported from the streets of NYC on what he was seeing, and he said that he was going to show us everything this week. And I'm so excited to see all these new trends because I'm going shopping after this. So.
We were having some fun just drifting through the streets of New York.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That's kind of where I belong, somewhere on the streets, I think. But
and you said it was 60 degrees out there, too.
It was very nice, yeah. A little bit like we had the first of this week. So, but it's, you know, it's early spring, it's March, so it's kind of back and forth. One day Joe's telling us snowflakes, and the next day he's telling us beach weather. So, welcome to Michiana. We just adapt and overcome. Right?
Exactly.
But the one way to do it is just sort of mentally usher in spring, and that's what we're going to do here this morning. A lot of great new trends to talk about. I feel like, as I was telling you during the commercial break, it's kind of an exciting season. There's a lot going on in fashion right now, especially from a color standpoint. So we'll talk about that a little bit about what we're seeing there color-wise, and then we'll get into some of the looks. We've got up on the screen, Pantone. Every season they tell us it's not like they dream up these colors. The way that they get this data, this information, is that these are the most requested colors by the fashion designers. So these are things, now where the designers come up with their information, who knows. But so anyway, these are the most requested colors of the season, and this aquamarine blue definitely started as #1, but a lot of times what we see, Faran, as we progress through the season, as we see other colors really emerge as favorites or the most popular. And you saw that coral up there, and that's something that we've really seen emerge as a popular color, and it's just going to get brighter as we progress through the season. So color-wise, those are kind of the tops. The one that I wanted to point out on there that's kind of interesting, not something we see a lot, there was a color on there sort of deep down on the chart called Marsala, and it's sort of a light wine. I think it's second from the bottom right there. And that is a color that has become the #1 most requested for this coming fall. So if there's a color that you think, hey, maybe I can buy and get myself a little bit of shelf life out of this, that would be the one, because we're going to see that continue right on through the rest of the year. Now, let's talk trends a little bit.
Yeah,
a
that's
lot
what we're here
going
for.
on there. Yeah, of course, right? And you remember last year we started talking about this sort of bohemian influence, or we were calling it festival fashion, because we've got all the Coachillas and things like that that are really helping to usher in trends. And that's another one that we're seeing a lot of. It was all over the runways. It's now going to be all over the store. So sort of 70s hippie bohemian look. And another fun fact, this is a trend that we saw on the fall runways for 2015 as well. So this has some staying power. So if you hate it, you're going to have to hang tight. If you love it, it's continuing on. Another big one is we saw aquamarine blue as a big color. Denim is making its way back into the headlines. So this sort of denim blue and overall even head to toe denim on denim looks has to be pulled off appropriately, but definitely a big trend. Quickly, military looks, definitely very big. Ralph Lauren, Marc Jacobs, both showing a ton of military in their shows for spring, so that's something that we feel like has some staying power. And then finally, the floral. And this is something I like because it feels spring, it feels right. Easter's sort of on the horizon. We like to talk about pretty florals, pretty dresses. So this is something that works. And incidentally, this one didn't necessarily come just from the runways. One Mrs. George Clooney stepped out, and I think it was Venice after their honeymoon, in this amazing floral dress. I think, yes, you can see it here on the screen. And not only was it a great floral with great colors, look at the laser cutout trim on this dress.
Oh, yeah.
And it has since inspired an entire trend.
And we can actually see the trend on Lacey here too.
In person, here it is. This is how it comes out in real life, kids. So what we have here, great dress on Lacey, and this is the kind of thing that's going to be wonderful for all of your summer events. You know, we've got graduations coming up. We've obviously got lots of weddings where you may be guests, that kind of thing. And perfect for Easter too. So I love this, the laser cutout. Now you'll just have to tell the kids out in the audience about what we're seeing here, because I don't know if the camera will pick it out, but it is actually a layered laser cutout fabric here.
Oh, love it,
and then we printed the floral on top. So these nice, lovely, bright colors that are just great, get you in the mood for spring.
Perfect.